Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos and turn on that notification bell. Today's video I'll be showing you guys how to create a frontal wig. This video is beginner friendly, so let's jump in. I'm starting with a 16-inch frontal from my local beauty supply store, 3 18-inch bundles. I'm also going to be using a dye bowl, a comb, a brush. You can use whichever brand you want. I'm going to use also bleaching powder and a developer. I'm going to use that comb to section off the front. You're also going to need some clips. Now that I've sectioned off the front part of this wig, I'm going to mix my developer with my bleach. And I was going for a honey blonde in the front. This step is optional. You don't have to. I let it sit for about 15 minutes and then I washed it out and conditioned it. And this is how it looked. Here you're going to see me using a gold Sharpie and I'm going to mark off both sides. I'm going to mark above my ear because that's where I want my frontal to stop. And anything past that line is going to get cut off. Here I want my frontal at least a 1/4 inch in the front of my wig cap. I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to mark the back of it. And it should lay exactly where I want it to. I'm using a curved needle. And this is how it should look when you're sewing. It should be flat. And you see my line is right behind where I'm sewing. When I'm sewing, I also use the crochet method, I guess you'd say, because I go underneath the cap and I go through the frontal and I loop it 2 or 3 times and I pull my needle through. So it's just like the crochet method, but I like to keep everything flat and neat. And make sure that you're taking your time so that everything looks good, because if you start making a frontal wig and it has bumps and lumps and it's not flat, when you start trying to part that frontal, it's going to look a mess. I'm just telling you right now. So take your time and make sure that it's done right, because you don't want to be starting over on this. This can be very tedious sometimes, especially for a beginner. When you get down here to the bottom, I did slow this part down. When you get down here to the bottom, you want to make sure that you're not going through the band of this cap, because if you do, you're not going to have much room to get it on your head. So the elasticity is going to be really messed up in it. So just make sure that you're going through the mesh part of it and sewing through the frontal. You see this part down here? That part is going to get cut off because it's actually excess at this point. That part right there that's lifting up. If it goes past that gold line, cut it off. And I'm going to do the same thing to the opposite side. I didn't show it on camera, but this is how flat and neat your frontal should look. Should be flat, neat, and tight. I'm going to start on the back, and this is how I started out. And again, make sure that you take your time. You don't want to go through the band of it. I guess I would say I do practice pokes before I actually sew it through. See, that's what I'm doing right there. When I pull it, kind of pull on the fabric a little bit, I'm trying to make sure that that band is not being sewn through. And back here, you're just going to sew in the shape of a smile until you reach the top. And don't mind these markings on the bottom of the cap also. Those were just like practice runs, I guess, to let me to actually test out these markers to see if they were going to show up or not. And when I get here, you're going to see me go through the weft, through the band, not the band. You'll see me go through the weft, the frontal, and the cap, not the band. And I'm doing the fold over method. Don't mind my head, this wig is going on it. And those of you who don't know what a fold over method is, it's just like folding the tracks instead of cutting them at each turn. And I've single wefted this wig instead of doubling. And make sure that you have a comb also, because sometimes the thread get kind of caught up in the strands of hair, and you want to keep everything as neat as possible. So just keep combing it. You're gonna wait till you get like probably a few inches towards the top, and then you mark where you want your tracks to lay. See, I have 5 tracks that need to go up here. It keeps everything neat. And I'm gonna sew that on top of that line. I turned it around just so you guys will get a better view of what I was actually doing. Now that I've reached the top, I'm going to actually take this track and I'm going to sew it through the cap and the back of the frontal. I'm going to take that straight across. And any excess is going to get cut off. Alright, now that I'm finished with that part, I'm going to cut the excess off of this cap. You want to cut in the shape of the frontal, but you don't want to cut behind the frontal, because if you do, this wig is going to come undone and you're going to be redoing it over again. But you should have the shape of a frontal that you're cutting out at this part. Now I did pluck this frontal. I didn't do it on camera because I didn't want the video too long. You see how flat it is. I did want you guys to see that. And I'm super satisfied with it. I love this wig. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye.